What's poppin' in Doppelpopolis? Let's get magical this week on Hapless Heroes.
Omega Project.
Hello and welcome back once again to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening.
What up, Dave?
Hey, you guys!
Nope.
Wow. We are in a cave.
That wasn't good. But it doesn't have to be good. I'm the DM and I get to do it anyway. So let's start by introducing all of these not DM people. Starting from my right, we have Phil as Hedrick the Entertainer.
Please don't ask me to write music and lure children again.
To his right, we have Mike as Lord and Captain Kwin Southwind.
I know they're children, but they have to know what alcohol is.
To his right, we have Francesco as Felix Fizzlebottom.
We are trying to recruit two magical prodigies for the Omega Project.
I'm trying to find the liquor cabinet.
You are missing the point, Quinn.
You are missing the point.
To his right, we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
The sooner we can get out of this horrible Doppelpopolis, the better.
To his right, we have Zach as Parrot of Lincoln Woods.
Guys, over here, I found the heroin wallet.
Oh, God.
And we're back.
Let's.
Spiraling and spiraling.
We're gonna
We
get a lot of
returned from
complaints about this one.
Last week, we had a sudden and abrupt cliffhanger that was totally done in a child's voice and not my poor rendition of a child's voice.
You did your best.
I'd like to tell myself that too, but that might be just as fictitious as, well, frankly, this entire town.
So they had interrupted Hedrick mid-podcast.
Yeah,
You don't really have to listen to the whole podcast to get the
review.
get the gist of it.
Well, they were yelling from the backyard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to use the review feature. He could just yell it into the house.
Right.
Any other reviews out of curiosity within 2,000 feet?
No.
Okay, just curious.
No. If that becomes the end of the podcast and it comes to its conclusion, there would be no other reviews at the end.
Okay, just checking. Just making sure there's no one else alive, and then in 2,000 feet here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I suppose we should probably go out there then.
Okay. So you enter the backyard where there is a impressive looking yet small treehouse in the lone tree in the backyard.
This was not in the previous place above ground.
No, it was not.
Okay.
In fact, it was the treehouse and the tree it was in were conspicuously absent from the backyard.
Okay, that's good to know.
Like there was a bare spot on the ground or something? What made it conspicuously absent?
Every other yard had a tree.
Oh. And there was a sign in its place that said, "No tree here."
Not even these 8-year-olds would be quite that ham-handed.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for the compliment.
Mostly because, I don't know, maybe turkey-handed.
That's some pretty salty talk.
Oh,
All right, let's get to the meat of the matter.
my God. So
Yeah,
looking
that
up...
pun wasn't quite cured yet.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, these are some rare puns right here.
Wow.
So looking up at the treehouse, can I actually see anyone, or would it appear that this voice came from inside?
Yes, and in fact, as you are entering the backyard, one of what you assume to be the two 8-year-olds you were looking for comes out of the tree.
Hold on. That's Flynn and Fletcher.
Yes.
Okay, so which one is Flynn and which one is Fletcher?
Well, Flynn was indicated to be one with sort of pointy features, and
That's
he
true.
is in fact who comes out of the tree.
Okay, great.
Sort of it's sort of like his whole face comes to a point at at his nose, which was already kind of big and pointy.
Cartoonishly so.
Yes.
Okay.
With a big shock of red hair up top, wild and unkempt as it were.
Okay.
Yes. Otherwise, he looks to be relatively normal, but looks like he hasn't changed in a couple of days.
It's fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, hello, I am Felix Fizzlebottom. I am a representative of the Omega Project. We have come to recruit you and your brother to one of the most prestigious magical and science organizations that Tal'Doria has ever seen.
The most science.
All
I said what I said.
I'm the greatest scientist with the worst timing possible. Have you do know what's going on right now, right?
Yes, we are trying
and you
to...
felt like this was an appropriate time for a recruitment pitch to your school.
Well, we're just trying to get you out of here of the danger
You could
zone.
get in line with all the other ones that are trying to get a hold of us. I'm a little bit busy right now trying to keep this town in two places at once.
I'm sorry. I guess I didn't necessarily mean like right this second. I should have probably asked, hey, how's it going? What's going on over here? Why don't you
Oh
just
yes,
tell us
because
what's
small
going on?
talk is a much better idea.
Okay, why don't we just... What?
He's really testy for an 8-year-old.
Okay.
Quinn is just enjoying Felix being like put in his place by an 8-year-old.
Look,
phenomenal.
I do not... Well, here's another fun one here. I think flattery is the best way to direct attention away from me. So, listen, I think that it's obvious that what you've done here is incredible. Nothing short of incredible. Way more than I could possibly do on my own with regards to extra-dimensional spaces. How can we help you fix this problem so that you can join the project safely and not consumed by an undead horde that's arriving in 18 hours?
Can you make an undead horde disappear?
I can.
Like the entire thing?
No, I mean, we could probably put up a good fight, but I don't know if we possess the resources currently to disappear an entire undead horde. However, we are building an
There goes Plan
airship
A.
armada, but it'll be ready in like 2.5 months.
Okay, so plan A is out. Plan B is looking sketchy for how we are going to get about 150 civilians out of this to safety in the amount of time we have left.
Okay, so I actually haven't even encountered any real civilians here, so where are those? Are they okay? Where are they?
They're okay. We've got a spot where they're hiding out.
Okay, that's fair. I wouldn't expect you to just volunteer that
wouldn't
information freely.
quite. They're a little shaken up. They wouldn't quite accept, the whole underground town thing.
I can understand
I
that.
wanted them to just live in here like they'd been living in their homes, but no, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to play.
I mean, yeah, listen, I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, the project is a great place. So for right now, let's just get everybody safe, and then we have a place where you can just research magic and do all the cool, crazy stuff in a controlled environment.
That's fantastic. So you said you have an airship that got you here?
We do, yes. There's
Does your
no,
airship have room for 150?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that's plan B gone.
I thought that was Plan B. So we're how many Plan Bs do we have?
Plan A would have been get rid of the army. Plan B is get us and all the civilians out of here. So with that, Plan C is what we've been trying to do, keep this entire town hidden.
You
So
didn't.
that they can all pass by and hopefully not be overhead, because we've only got about a week and a half worth of food otherwise.
So I'm gonna. I don't want to put a pin in that balloon right there, kid. These hordes. We've seen what lies beyond and up north, and these hordes don't end.
Okay.
You've done an impeccable job keeping everybody safe so far. What we're saying is, with the airship and your help, that plan B can become plan A, and we can get our A out of here.
B.
B.
And quick question.
You see?
Quick question. The doctor on the surface. Illusion? Real? Was he real? There's some time magic stuff happening up there.
Real and a real nut.
No time magic?
No time magic happening, is what you're saying.
Real not?
Possibly time magic. You'd have to be a nut to try it.
Well, you're looking at. I'm looking at the five of us. 5 nuts. Right now.
We'll speak
Can
for
any of
yourself.
you 5 nuts do time magic?
No.
Okay, so we're still not there.
Okay, so now I understand where your limits are, obviously. So that's good.
Jarrell will raise his hand for a moment and say, the horrors that are coming down on your town.
Every time he says it.
I know.
What?
Every fucking time he says the word horror.
Right. That are coming down on your town will be able, many of them are very powerful. They will be able to see through your illusion in a matter of time at least. If you assist us, Dr. Hines said the 2 of you, 3 of you, working together could evacuate all of your townsfolk.
Yes, he probably also said he has a platypus as his nemesis. He says lots of things.
Did he mention that?
Most of them have absolutely nothing to do with reality.
Now, Jarrell, I'm going to try to use a persuasion on this one. What I'm trying to say is that what's coming will come anyway. Whether or not you'll have your illusions up. You will be trapped down here forever. You will run out of food eventually. If you help us help you, we can all get out of here together. And I'll roll a persuasion on
All right.
that. 18.
Ooh, wow. Goodness gracious.
Or 17, sorry.
You can't do math either.
Not without a plan.
So that is why I'm asking the questions here. So,
Well, no, I think that was the plan, was
yes,
it not?
yes, the plan is to get everybody out of here, Jarrell.
No, but to have them build a
Yes.
machine.
Or help us.
His insight beat your persuasion,
Sure,
so he wasn't
sure. I
quite
get that.
influenced.
I get
and
that.
He wants something a little more concrete. to go
Absolutely.
on.
Well, can we? Where is your brother? I feel like we kind of. I think that your skills in tandem are what are probably going to solve our problem here.
Flynn turns around. Hey, Fletcher, you busy? A trap door opens in the bottom of the treehouse there. And his brother, suspended from wires, lowers down out of the bottom of the treehouse, waves, and then zips right back up into the bottom of the treehouse.
Not very social, is he?
He was also covered in grease with tools in each of his hands.
Okay. Well,
Which tool did he wave with?
With what looks like a pipe wrench.
Okay, nice. Okay. So I'm gonna obviously he doesn't talk much. Well, I'm hoping that at least what the doctor said about you guys was true, in that your brother can build really big things, and you can do really amazing magic.
Yes. So what we've been really trying to do here is continue to sell to the ravening horde that there's a town to pillage up above. I don't know if you've been kind of paying attention to all the automata we have down here.
Yes, I did notice that they were automata. They are very convincing.
They don't need to be, because I'm taking a projection of them and making them appear up on the ground.
We met them.
Yes. You didn't happen to get in any fights with them, did you?
Nope.
No.
Not on the surface.
That's a shame, because you'd have found out that they're absolutely dismemberable.
Oh my god.
We tried
Hey!
to grapple one.
Don't look at me. I just needed to make it convincing for the ravening hordes.
Okay. I mean, listen, that's, again, pretty brilliant. But you're missing the point that, like, this horde's just gonna move on and all of a sudden we're safe to evacuate.
What?
That
What?
was the assumption, yes.
Well, because I'm worried that, like, I don't want to get stuck down here.
No, they will get stuck down here. That's what
Right.
Jarrell was trying to say. There is no way that
They're gonna
will-
just convince the undead horde to just, like, eat a bunch of illusory people. and
Even
then
if they do,
walk away.
the dead don't leave.
No,
they're
they
just there.
just occupy
Right.
and continue to move.
So that's what Jarrell was trying to get across to him.
Oh yeah, and this isn't something he'd know. They're child prodigies. They're not omnipotent.
No,
Right.
and we're undead experts, so
What is the capacity of the 11 o'clock shadow?
Yeah, our airship.
The remaining
crew
space,
yeah.
remaining space that we could fit civilians, because then that gives us at least a minimum of how many we have to carry. I still think something attached to the airship is going to get us away. Using the airship technology just creates something that can hold them.
Yeah, and this is like a standing room only situation.
I mean, it might be sluggish, but at least we can stay off the ground and keep
tow
going.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's tow something. I think that's a good idea.
Tow it in there. I mean, I don't hate the idea, actually.
I said a basket last time, and y'all laughed at me.
I know, and we did laugh, and then we started to actually consider what our real options are here, Hedrick.
That's a real option.
I'm really starting to lean towards the basket,
And heck,
yeah,
if
the
I
basket
can,
may be the ticket.
the tisket,
Tasket.
basket.
Trisket.
biscuit.
Town containing basket.
Biscuits.
All right.
Bob it, twist it. Yeah.
Slam it.
So
Okay.
I could possibly sort of recruit means of mass suggestion,
well,
so we could get some work done if it requires manpower.
Well, let's ask the kid who's building all the stuff.
All right, Flynn.
Wait, you mean like you'd need an entire town full of automata to assemble something?
That would help. Wouldn't that expedite your work like
Gosh, I
crazy?
wonder where I'd get those from.
Wouldn't it be so much easier to relax on the deck of an airship rather than trying to keep two towns going at the same time?
Fletcher? He turns and says to the treehouse. Fletcher again descends a little bit out of the bottom, this time with a metal box, probably about 2 inches deep by about like 8 by 10, almost the size of a book. With
It's his
a-
ayahuasca box.
Nope. It's shaped like a box,
Oh.
but it's got a gigantic, comically large red button on the front. Like that sticks out another 2 inches out of the front of it. It's probably a good 4 inches around.
does it have a little radio antenna on the top?
Yes, it does. It goes boing, 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 boing. Yeah, like that whole floppy thing with the bulbous end on it.
Yep.
Hey,
Fletcher, without a word, pushes the big red button. And I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
Sure. Oh my god.
You're failing.
This
You have inspiration too.
is going back
Perception, right?
in the fucking bag.
13.
Okay, so Hedrick 13, Quinn
16.
16, Felix
3.
Jarrell,
Not good. 6.
and Paradil.
8.
So 16. Yeah. Good. You hear what sounds like clunk, like happening in a lot of different places,
Like all at once.
all at once. So you're kind of hearing it echo a little bit.
Okay.
Hey, Fletch, what's going on?
You don't hear it.
Oh, you just hear it. I don't hear it. No.
What is that racket? What is happening?
Do you go take a look and see, or do you just
Where-
stand there listening?
Well, you said it's coming from everywhere. So where?
It's coming
where would I
from,
look?
like, maybe all of the other neighbors' homes.
Okay. I look at where I hear it the closest.
Okay, so popping out of the yard and past the fence, you look out into the street and see a robo-dad standing in front of every single front door.
Okay.
Like, facing out from the house. Like, they all just exited their house, closed the door behind him, and stood on the doorstop.
So we're in Stepford Wives right now. Stepford husbands.
Stepford
Okay.
Dads.
Stepford dads.
Stepford robots?
Stepford something.
Oh, my Stepford Dad is really laying on the guild today.
Can I ask why all of the robotic fathers are out on the street right now?
Stepford Dads.
Stepford dads?
They're all just standing right in front of their doors.
Yeah, he's
Or I'm sorry. So why are all the dads out in front of their doors?
Stepford Dads.
There's
Do you need Fletcher to press the button again?
sure.
Fletcher presses the button again. The dads all step forward, and now the moms step out of the house behind them.
Okay, so this remote controls the automatons.
But it's just one button.
Yeah, that's what. So every time he presses the button, they take one step.
They do something.
They all do the same.
That is a very special button right there.
I needed a Bugatti. Nah, I need a different voice.
I need a Bugatti too.
I needed the gaudy red button. It's more of an illustrative tool.
Oh my god, he's like a fucking like snob, like
Yeah.
like
A
creative
British
stuff.
snob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it. Makes so much sense.
Pleasure to meet you, Fletch. We love the button. That looks nice.
Okay,
It certainly gets the point across.
yeah. So
I agree.
And
would you?
zips back up into the bottom of the treehouse.
I was right as I'm asking him a question, he just disappears
Yes.
again.
Yeah, mid-sentence. He was
So,
done.
Can we convince your automata village people to potentially construct something that we could tow underneath our airship and bring it safely to where an undead horde isn't?
Something of a large cart or something would probably work. We could haul quite a bit.
A weaved basket could work too.
We are on a peninsula. That's why I thought aerial travel. If we can get them off the ground, then we can go over the water.
Well, the goal is to get them to the water because they can be ferried out
Oh.
at the water.
Oh,
Well,
I mean, yeah, it's probably better to not like also carry them now over in a, in a body of water like that.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. let's not push how far we're going to
Drown
take a bunch of
150 people
Yeah.
in a wicker basket and haul underneath there.
I don't know. We'll see how safe it ends up being. If it's safe enough, then we'll just take them to the other side. But
Wicker floats.
we're getting ahead of ourselves. Can you make something?
I suppose if we all work together, we could make something fantastic.
I am all about teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Yeah. So let's make
He looks very excited.
So let's draw up some plans.
That sounds good. You think we could do it through montage?
Yes.
I'd like to.
Basket building montage. yeah.
Drafting stuff.
I'm gonna play some
ropes.
Still looking for that alcohol.
That's
Wicker basket montage.
Yeah, Hedrick's playing something. Hedrick's got his lute out, at least trying to create some melody to help you guys focus and think about the best way to get everybody off the ground. Or
Yeah, we just have
Towed
all
behind.
these scenes of like people drawing diagrams. You got like,
Are we actually making a giant wicker basket? Is that?
I think
literally
what
what I'm
I would
envisioning.
like is all 5 characters to contribute to what this idea
have some
is
design
going to
input?
be.
All right.
Yes.
Oh god.
So who do we get to start with? Do you want to roll for it? Who we start? Who gets to put the foundation of the transportation apparatus on?
Hedrick's kind of a dreamer. I think he'd be looking for the types of resources that are available and what's going to provide
You have
the
houses.
best solutions,
I feel like metal is safer
but heavier.
but heavier. Wicker, gigantic wicker basket is lighter, but it's more unstable. So I would want to have it strapped down
Sturdy.
I'm thinking
4 places.
wood framing, wicker hull, maybe some metal reinforcement on the bottom.
So it's not like entirely made of metal, but
Right.
it at least has some protection.
And it won't shred when we land.
Right. Yeah.
Because we just care about getting them off the ground, and then we can slowly
Can he
tether
fabricate
them
like
down.
almost like steel cables too, so it's more stronger than just rope dangling from an airship?
He's a genius artificer.
He is a genius artificer. There are limits to what he can do, but he can do sturdy enough cables.
Yeah, like hundreds of feet of cables,
Yeah.
just to kind of like make sure this thing has enough room to
Okay.
not be directly below the airship, but like not also be swinging around.
Jarrell
So I
would.
just want to take a few notes on what we're going to be using for this. So the cables that we're going to use to attach this to the airship are steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we We have access to this underground here?
This kid is apparently some master
They have a whole
artificer who's
town,
been
yeah.
building gigantic stuff.
He's
so.
been he can somehow whip material out of what appears to be nowhere.
This is their test for the Omega Project right here.
Yeah. But there are limits to this. He wouldn't be able to, say, fabricate an entire vehicle or something like
No.
that.
The cables would be helpful enough.
Cables are steel. Okay.
We should be able to get the automata to make like some kind of basket. Gigantic
Basket. So you're making a basket
for 160 people.
that 150 people could fit in.
Ooh.
This
I would
seems
say-
like
I
a
would say
huge
more like-
basket.
I would say more like an egg carton.
An egg carton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Wide and long.
Like yeah, and
Okay.
has like 10 pockets for 15 people each to fit into.
Oh.
Jarrell is also suggesting wheels.
No, we're just gonna set it down. They're gonna get out and get into a fucking boat.
Well, in case that it's too heavy, we don't know how heavy we can actually lift off. We might just have to drag the damn thing.
So with this egg carton, you're making what, like 2 wide by a certain number long of pockets?
With like
pockets.
like how because you'd need at least it'd have to be a wagon type situation too. Because
Okay.
you couldn't just have one like 70 row, 40 row bus without multiple wheels on it. Maybe separating it into a front and a back portion. Does that make sense?
I lost it.
No.
Let's take another take.
Because how long is this thing going to be?
Okay, think about it like a double-decker Greyhound bus, but like on its side,
Yeah, exactly.
and like so like you just have like all the pods for the people to stay, but like
It has to be like probably 2 or 3 double-decker
it's not
buses.
gonna be like luxury passenger like
No.
tow here, but it's gonna be workable.
And we might be able to fit some on the airship
All right.
too.
Here's my solution. All right. So if we have a 2x5 array of square frames, right? So it's a long rectangle, 2x5 modules. Around 15 people will fit into each module.
You need 10 modules.
Yes. And on each side of the module, it being a square, there are bench seating where 3 to 4 people can fit on each bench.
Yeah, I mean,
That will allow 15 people to sit comfortably within each
moderately.
square
comfortable.
module.
Yeah.
Yeah. A row of 3 people. You need like 6 feet for that, right? So it would be 12 by 30 feet.
Good man.
Each pod.
That's why he's the
No,
builder.
the entire thing is 12 feet by 30 feet.
And that would fit everybody?
By what? Yeah, whatever height, right? Yeah.
They're seats.
Right.
It's 3 feet high just to give them like backrests.
I'd want them to have coverage though, because it's going to get a little windy up there.
Oh yeah, you'd probably want to protect them from the elements a little
Sure.
bit.
Whatever way is the lightest way possible.
Yeah, I'm
The
trying to
houses have
say, what are
windows.
your guarantees that the airship will be able to lift this entire thing?
I have 0 guarantees.
That's why I was suggesting the wheels. Because we could just tow it.
Can we add propellers to add some extra lift to this thing?
Well, I was talking to that blue lady up there. She can turn into birds and giant eagles and all sorts of things. Now I'm pretty sure. Heck, I never been a giant eagle before. I might give that a try.
That's cool. You'll be able to carry like what, 2 people?
Well, I don't know. I mean, anything to help keep that thing going.
We should put some arms out from each corner of this thing and attach a propeller.
Okay, what would be driving these propellers?
Yeah, exactly.
Magic.
Can it just be
Supplied by
magic?
who?
Right.
We got 150 people on there.
you could
150 people.
Flynn.
Yeah, about to say, we're talking about a lot of magic here.
Yeah, we have a certain budget of magic, and we are burning through it quickly.
Well, we know we have
Yeah.
access to all the materials.
I'm
We
just
even
trying to
have-
get a sense of how sturdy you want to make this thing, so I know about how much it weighs.
We even have about windscreens too, if we want to use the windows from the houses. Are there windows in the houses? Because that could provide protection.
Also, we
Or
don't have
just
to
shutters.
we don't have to fly this thing around at like our max altitude. It's not going to get that windy.
No, you don't have to fly it at max altitude, and you only have to be faster than the oncoming hordes.
Right.
Right. So I think we can build this thing as a pretty lightweight framework that will support them
I'd
as
say
a
mostly
seat
wood, yeah.
and have netting underneath. So if one falls off their seat, they won't fall to their death. And backrests. I think the thing can be pretty much open air.
Yeah.
Now, are we going to put this on wheels?
No, it's going to be lifted.
I mean, why? I mean,
Okay.
here's the thing with the wheels, right?
I guess some simple casters might work.
It's a good backup option.
Right.
If we can't get lift off with this thing.
Right. We can tow it. Right.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we are just like the first ever blimp. And I don't know how the first blimp would have carried things.
Yeah, but I
Yes,
mean, it was
but
built by
nobody
the.
else knows either.
But listen, it was built by the project, and it's being powered by a captured air elemental. So like, we got like some.
Did we ever really even test that thing much? We just kind of built
we
it
really
and took
haven't.
off.
We haven't
'cause it's
really.
awesome.
This is a limit we have not pushed yet. So.
No, and the only person who would be a real authority on it is on the airship and
Right.
can't help you with
Right.
this.
Zero.
Perfect. Yeah,
Zero.
we're just gonna bring this problem back to him for him to solve, and hopefully he can do that
All right.
with the assistance of Jed Dim.
Okay.
Now-
So I've got a good sense of what you guys are trying to construct here.
But we should be clear that we have to build this outside.
Because right now,
right? Right. We have to take all the equipment up the stairs outside.
because that's a shame because this thing has been constructed down here inside the cavern right now.
No.
What do you mean,
thought we were
no?
still in the planning phase here. I didn't want to. That's exactly what I
Okay,
thought of
okay, good. We'll call it the planning phase. So
All right.
you are looking to construct this in the actual outside.
that. We need
Yeah,
to have
where we can actually pick the people
'Cause
up.
I had a feeling we'd end up building this whole damn thing,
And then not-
remember we're underground.
I am glad this was clarified in advance because I totally had an idea to make you have to get this thing out from the cavern.
That's evil.
You're
Dave.
welcome. God damn it.
That's fucking evil.
He asked earlier how evil we think he is, and just about that evil around there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I mean I'm gonna look at the kid. I'm just gonna be like, listen, like, does this sound like a plan? Can you do this? On the surface.
It's a better one than any we had before. So we can do this. Now understand, the minute we take this outside, if this oncoming horde has any sort of advanced scouts, our cover is blown, and we're committed here.
Yeah. Yep. I do get that. And I totally get that. And we will make sure that if there are any advanced scouts, that we will murder the shit out of them. So that they cannot,
Good at that.
make our position.
Good. All right, good. Our table is set here then. I like this.
I don't, because we're putting a lot of faith on ourselves to be able to identify any and all forward scouts and dispatch them, if there are any at all. But we need to build this upstairs, because like on the ground, on the
Can't
surface.
build it in a cave.
Can't fucking build it underground, so like that's a risk we have to take, because this is how we get all the people out of here. Because they're not gonna just we're not gonna let them just sit underground and then starve after a week.
No. Worst case scenario, if we do feel like we are being overrun before it is completed, we will shut the door. You will be sealed down here.
Oh, good.
But safe for the time being.
While we what?
Get reinforcements and come back and save you. They're going to find you down here
Yeah,
anyway.
that's gonna be a big fat honking no.
They're going to find you down here anyway.
Yeah, right. Which means we need to do everything we can to not make that even an option at all, and get the hell out of here.
Faster the better. The more time we spend arguing, the less likely your survival rate is.
I completely agree with that.
I mean, the construction is going to be pretty safe. We can use all the automatas. All the automata.
You have nearly limitless manpower and just about limitless materials as long as we can make them in time.
Yeah,
we
let's
can.
try it.
Certainly we can.
We have
Alright.
no risk in trying.
Okay, good. So after a stair climbing montage that involves the party, both Flynn and Fletcher,
And about 100 automata.
looking disheveled, and yes, a marching army of automata walking behind.
Did they sing a song?
Too wide by 100 deep.
We are the automata. We're building a contraption to evacuate the people, get them out of the fucking town. Doppelpopolis will be a ghost town from
They
now
refer
on.
to it as Doppelpopolis.
I think we did establish that was canon.
Yes, and that is the stair climbing montage that I really needed, but didn't know I needed.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You guys
It's fantastic.
Also, apparently, whenever I think of a montage like this, they turn into munchkins from Wizard of Oz, I guess.
I mean, it's
I was picturing the brooms and stuff from
Oh, okay.
Fantasia.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's usually what Pregnard
Right.
does. That's when Pregnard animates objects.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. This
So
is
construction
Okay.
begins. We get all the equipment.
So you guys do exit, and Fletcher sends all of the automata off on Operation Disassemble the Town for scrap parts. And they do. 2 by 2, they go to the houses, and in what looks like a highly efficient reverse Habitat for Humanity, they start disassembling the homes neatly into parts, one by one, going down the street.
Now
Operation.
the illusion is gone, correct?
Yes, the illusion is gone the second they start disassembling the houses.
What's it
And-
look like?
Well, the first thing you see is a shimmer that goes over all the houses, starting with Flynn and going out. And you can see just a sigh of relief come over his face as he is no longer holding concentration on a gigantic transference spell.
Is he a little fucking nicer now?
Not really. He's
All
still
right.
kind of a shitty dick of a kid.
It's a kid, right?
He's cranky. He probably hasn't napped in like days.
Yeah.
So do we feel like Dr. Heinz could be useful here?
Dr. Heinz is roughly about as useful as a football bat, but if you guys want to go talk to him, that sounds absolutely fantastic. Whatever gives my automata more space to do their job.
While you're busy building, maybe we could go, because we are here to save him as well.
Let's go talk to Heinz. I like that guy.
Just before we do that, just I want to be prepared in the event that we need to get someone that has a little bit better, perceptive things. I'm going to spend 10 minutes to recast Find Familiar and turn Slim Shady from a pseudo-dragon into a gazer.
Slim Shady is a gazer.
Okay.
I'll just pull a little picture.
Is that the tiny...
Like
beholder?
Yeah, like the little mini, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So she's gross again.
Gazers are very small, 4 to 6 inches.
Yeah, they're tiny.
Yeah, you've turned her into that before.
Very nice.
I figured, the more eyes on the job, the better.
Yep. So we kind of do a little flash montage as you walk over to Dr. Heinz.
Ketchup.
Dr. Heinz, funky shaped tower.
Ketchup.
And so you do get to the tower and walk up to it, and you don't hear anything in particular going on at the time.
I knock 3 times.
You knock 3 times, and far up the tower, you hear a loud clanging noise.
Hey.
A good long pregnant pause,
Okay.
and then another loud clanging noise. Ow!
Hey, Doc, is it okay if we come back up? We have a plan.
What do you mean a plan? Did you get the boys to come or not?
We did.
We have a plan. Yes.
Yes, you have a plan?
Yes, and they are assisting in the escape plan.
What do you mean escape plan?
We need to get the hell out of here.
Who sent you?
The Omega Project. Chief Executive himself, in fact.
Heinz asking all the important questions.
I feel like I'd have remembered that.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
right. He has memory problems. It's Felix from the Omega Project. We literally just talked, not even an hour ago, man.
It was a couple hours ago.
Okay, maybe a couple hours ago, man.
Are you sure?
Positive. You just asked me. You asked me about the boys. You
sent us to fetch
We've
them.
interacted before. We know each other.
Hang on a sec. Ah!
Another slam from inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To test us, ask us a question that only someone who knows you could forget.
I absolutely hate you. Do you know that?
You're doing great, Parrot.
Thankfully, the fall seems to have jogged my memory.
The phone seems to have jumped. Is he like throwing himself into the floor? Oh my.
I will neither confirm nor deny that. I'll be right down.
Oh my. Okay.
So,
Pregnant pause.
Yeah, a good pregnant pause. As it's a good awkward like a minute and a half that you guys are waiting at the door for him to make his way down the stairs.
Probably the sound of things like crashing and clattering as he's heading down too. I'm assuming.
Not particularly.
Well, that's good.
Long enough where you're like, is he really coming?
Yeah.
Before he opens the door.
Like, did he actually forget we were here again?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey there, Doc. We got the boys. They're helping us build a contraption to get everyone out of here. We think you should come.
Yeah, the Mega Project, in fact, specifically requested that you come back. We need you. It is the darkest hour of our time.
What could they possibly need a man like me for?
You know, Chief Executive did not necessarily elaborate. He just said that you would be very helpful in helping defend the world from, terrible things.
Have you seen my lab?
I have, yes. You never judge a person by their lab, I mean, listen, we all work in different ways.
Are you sure you're with the Omega Project?
Yes.
Because that's all we do is judge other people by their labs.
Okay, I'm trying to be...
We have an entire lab judging branch.
Have you seen our
How
airship?
can I forget?
You have an airship?
Omega Project.
Airship. Dude, what happened to Hedrick
Next
there?
you'll tell me.
Wait, what?
He could put on the best performance ever for this guy, and he wouldn't remember it. So it's like defeating the purpose. It's like another automaton. He's ready to get going back where the people are. Get him on the ship, serenade them to free them.
To freedom, yeah,
to
that's
freedom.
Next you're going to tell me it's piloted by a robot or something.
It is, actually. That's funny you mentioned that.
It's funny you mention that you're full of shit.
Okay.
Would you
hold on.
like to bet?
Ow.
Would you just take a look up for a second, and I'm gonna give the signal. I'm gonna just because yeah,
In Aquin.
yeah, right. Well, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to speak Aquin. I've only heard it spoken around me. I've never actually studied it. You know what I mean? So just give me.
It's really easy to pick up. Only one vowel.
And I redo that 4 times. I'm not actually gonna do that 4 times because my throat hurt from the 1 time.
Just give me a quick, let's call it, history's an intelligence-based check, right?
It sure is.
Yeah, we'll call it history. I just want to make sure you're getting your Aquin right.
Oh no. I forgot. Intelligence is not my strong.
Really?
It's
Definitely not strong.
Fuck. I have not rolled.
Higher than a 3
yeah.
at this
Let's
point?
take
I'm
that.
gonna give you my inspiration.
Thank you,
Aw.
Zach. I'm gonna roll this.
You're welcome.
So nice.
Don't want to brag or anything, but I'm kind of a nice
That was
guy.
a modified 4. So we're
nice.
gonna hope for better on this one here. 15.
Hey.
15. His pronunciation's a little bit off, but it sounded like hoy
Would
translated from Aquin.
I mean,
Not quite a hey. His accent is not very good for Aquin.
Does Pregnart have to roll for perception?
No, Pregnart knows.
Knows
he
the
just
call.
knows that he's close, but not quite.
Yeah, and I obviously just to make sure that it carries its way up there. Where's the fucking spell sheet? There it
Are you prestidigitizing it?
Minor
No.
minor illusion.
Minor illusion. That's
to
it.
kind of create the more booming sound for it, so that it's audible by Pregnart.
It's audible by Pregnart and anybody who would be above the surface.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's audible by those people.
Okay. Obviously, we have lookouts on the airship, which is helpful, and guns. Well, I mean, weapons of some kind.
Yes.
And we're Americans, and we know that they'll help in any situation.
Oh, yes.
Especially if you just have to listen to someone.
They solve so many problems.
Problem solver, you know.
Well, you know, the things that might be listening could be quite bad. So, and while I wait for Pregnart to, you know, and is the acting captain with Zero as the pilot to swing the airship around to prove to the
I'm not
doctor.
so sure Pregnart's acting captain with Zero on board, but
Yeah, no, Zero
Let's
is
just
the
say, yeah.
Zero. You can't be the captain and the pilot.
Yeah, he's the pilot.
Yeah,
right.
he's the helmsman.
oh, good point.
You
Pregnart's captain.
Right.
Apparently, yeah.
Zero literally
Acting
has
captain.
no problem with this,
I know.
by the way.
Acting
Also,
captain.
also a decision when Quinn wasn't there.
Correct.
I mean, Quinn
Which is
wasn't
also-
there to object, so
Sure.
we made the plan.
It is what it is.
So, okay. While we're waiting for the airship to come round, I am gonna just send Slim on a tour around the town.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with sort of like maybe like a semicircle, like in the like, you know, just kind of like patrolling the perimeter and looking around in the direction that the horde is coming from,
All right.
and just like have her take a look around, just to see if there's anything unsavory.
Okay. The horde is about 18 hours out by now, which
Right.
is to say 20 miles tops.
Okay. Yeah, but like nothing, you know, like nothing else rustling around, or you know, like it's else otherwise just still calm before the storm, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's important because as it gets closer and closer to the time that they would be getting to us,
There would be
that,
some forward
that
scouts.
we are patrolling.
Yes. So Slim's gonna keep just kind of patrolling the perimeter. I'm gonna return to my senses though, but I'm gonna just give her the mental, like telepathic command to just like, you know, give me a horrible gurgle sound, whatever kind of sound is possible it can make, because we do have a telepathic bond, me and this thing, just to kind of like give me an alert or a ping, right, if she sees anything
Okay.
off-putting.
Okay, good. Now I wanted to make sure that I see how this is going. So Slim can make her a perception check for the first hour.
That sounds good. I'm good with that. What is that? Another 3?
It's another 3.
Every
That's the
fucking-
third one I think you've rolled.
And these are all different die here. So 3 plus it's 7.
Okay. Slim finds nothing.
Okay. Her passive perception is 14, just so you know.
Understandable.
Okay. Just
I've got sort of my mechanic for
No,
how
for
I
sure.
want to pursue that.
for sure. For sure.
So right now we're there. I may have you make a few of those in batches later. but
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. But right now I just want to kind of lay our baseline. So Slim is patrolling the town. I want to see what everybody else is sort of doing right now. We're going to say that after Dr. Hines has been suitably showed up by the fact that there is in fact a robot piloting the airship and everything he knows is wrong, that it's time to come back into the world and see a few things and try to catch back up.
Yeah.
So he'll be doing that. So right now, that Dr. Hines has sort of been persuaded to lend his dubious expertise and to come along and abandon his wonderful tower. What is everybody doing while things are being constructed? For let's call this sort of for the first block of 6 hours until at least the frame of this thing is constructed.
Right. Hans will come down, and Jarrell will send him back up with just reminders to all the scouts on the ship to keep alert. And also see if that bird person could do some laps for us and just check the area. Again, we're just trying to make sure.
Everyone's scouting.
Right.
Everyone's looking.
Yeah.
As many eyes in protecting this build as possible. Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking for a backup plan, essentially. Like, if we need to buy some time, if we need to, if like this build's not done, but the horde is approaching, like how we can slow things down potentially, right?
All right.
Because it's always good to have a safety net in case some things go wrong here. I do want to investigate because of the fact that the boys kind of wrote off the doctor as kooky and not knowing what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I do want to get a better understanding of the whatever magic is flowing through this tower,
Okay.
so that I can, because like I think we did confirm it was time related. Maybe.
Yes.
Okay, it was confirmed, right?
Yes,
he
it was
didn't just
confirmed
say
that
it.
it
I
was
saw
time
it.
related.
Okay. I want to see if there's any way that we could potentially, even remotely, try to use that to our advantage. Whether it's like I guess my question is more whether it's a source, right, or if it's like literally just like a rift in time where maybe it would lead to another space.
Okay. What I will say is, due to sort of the preferences of the Omega Project, you at your level would know precisely fuck all about time magic, except that this is what it looks like, and even that was mostly by process of elimination.
Shit. Okay.
It doesn't mean there aren't resources available to you, but
Right.
I'm going to get back to you in a minute because I kind of want to make you work for this one a little bit.
I'm good. I'm willing to put the work in.
Okay, that sounds good. Hedrick, what are you up to for the next 6 hours or so?
He would feel torn between entertaining the population
Okay.
and trying to convey all the information that he can while keeping hopes up, making
Okay.
sure that everybody is orderly, and when it's time to move, we just move. And the other half of him wishes that he could at least inspire his crew. I mean, as far as getting work done, we are here to facilitate, and the automatons are doing all of the work. But in the fact that, like, there's just crowd control, he's directed that way because that's where he's most comfortable.
Okay. So I feel like you can have a choice. In this 6 hour window, you can either help organize and, hearten the civilians, or you can give help to the rest of the party, but you have to pick one of those two.
I am going to be with the people.
Go to the people.
Try to at least facilitate so all of my crew
Are they
can
on the
focus.
surface by now?
No, they are down still at the town undersurface.
Okay.
If you want them to come up in advance, they can, but
I guess
there'd be almost no point in having them come up to above ground until you're ready to load them on.
Right, because all we're doing at that point is just advertising a buffet
Yeah.
for the undead. So
yeah, looking at my sheet, I want to be famous whatever it takes. And right now it takes saving 150 civilians. And so if I can be the face, that leads them up to their salvation, I want to get my timing right.
because at least those 150 people will be singing the songs of Hedrick and not whatever songs Kwin writes after this.
Proud but
We'll
noble.
get to that in a second. I like where your head's at. So Hedrick, you do go down. You are with the people. Now, do you tell people that you're going down there?
Yeah, before I go down, I want to make sure I have communication and understand that I can know exactly when to bring people up. Like, if there's just a simple time duration, I will start getting people organized as soon as I get down there. And as soon as it's time to go, I'm going to round them up and lead them up the stairs.
Well, how many hours do we have right now until it's
Well,
built?
right now it's 18 until then. I'm just covering the first 6. So
Okay.
from T-minus 18 to T-minus 12 hours.
I mean,
Right. We have half a day before the undead are
give
here.
them,
Yeah.
entertain them for the next 6 hours, and then
I am also telling the stories
Yeah.
of our amazing group. I'm
And then-
not just
Right.
kind of, I'm not bullshitting and stalling my way through. I have a lot to tell.
Right. Hedrick can do what he's good at for 6 hours.
and then just, I guess let them get some rest eventually. We probably all should. potentially
Can
at some point.
Paradil build an automated whip cracker to motivate the automata?
I think it's going to make them work any faster than they're working right now.
Yeah, but before we get to that, now is this one of the things you can just make? Yeah, can't you make like a couple of things?
It's like
I can make a music box, I can make a fire starter, and I can make a clockwork toy. And I think this is going to fall under clockwork toy.
This is going to be an enhanced clockwork toy. So
Takes an hour and 5 gold to make just a regular one.
this would take the full 6 hours.
Okay.
And 20 gold worth,
Okay.
but you could do it.
All right.
easy peasy.
Not
like a
going to
wheel.
tell you whether or not it's effective until after you've invested all of this time in gold, though.
I'm investing it. It's hilarious.
Go ahead and do this. I do like this for hilarity purposes. Quinn,
Hello.
so you have caught wind of Hedrick's plan.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but what is your plan for
Good
the
for
next
him.
6 hours?
Functionality is important, but so is aesthetics. So Kwin
Oh god.
has recruited some automata to help him create
How many?
Come on, dude.
How
Yes,
many?
actually, I would like to know how many. This is important.
2.
2.
Not
okay.
many.
Uh-huh.
To create
That's too many.
purple and red ribbons
Uh-huh.
with the heroes of Tal'Doria calligraphied down each ribbon.
Oh my god.
And they will be attached to the outside of the basket of people.
What a colossal waste of time.
And it totally won't make it any more visible or anything.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. That's what he's doing.
But
'cause
no,
it's
you're
quick.
committed to this. This is happening.
this
now.
is happening.
Yeah.
It is going to.
I mean, it's not like an airship is subtle, anyways. So like,
right. I mean, like I'm not really taking away from anything.
I think
No.
you are.
We're
No,
not-
you're just
we
making
can't
it a
make it
monument to
any
your
more
own
stealthy.
vainglory.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm thinking about like going in, like into battle. You've got your flags and your.
You've got your battle basket.
Right?
You got
So-
You've got your
I feel like
civilian
we need
battle
to-
basket full of targets.
Make a stand and say, "This is us. We are doing this."
This is
Destroy this first.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where my head's at.
But it will.
No.
be glorious.
It'll have your name all over it.
It'll be wonderful.
Jarrell, did we cover what you were doing for these 6
Scouting
hours?
primarily.
So you did mention that you were assisting with the scouting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jarrell would like at some point to walk over to Dr. Hines, though. And he'll say to him, Felix said something about this being time magic that you're working on. Time does seem to be of the essence right now. Would you be able to add anything to our strategy here?
Not particularly. They don't teach a ton about time, so I'm really making this up as I go along.
Okay, so then let's just leave that at that then. Because Jarl would then assume that this gentleman could potentially make things worse by like putting us into tomorrow.
Oh yeah, 150% chance he makes everything worse.
Right.
Okay, Felix, I would actually like you to make 2 more perception checks as Slim Shady to cover us till the end of the 6-hour window.
Okay.
The first one, halfway through, is
That's a nat 1.
I thought that was.
I thought that was a 7.
Jesus Christ.
I don't have anything for that.
That's good. No, that's good. I like that.
No,
okay.
keep going with it.
That's another 2 in a row.
3, 1,
Wait.
1.
But you've nat 1'd earlier too.
Yeah, in the last episode, I net 1 twice.
That's what I'm saying.
You just net run.
and now
twice?
you nat
Fantastic.
in a row.
Friend's getting up. He's
So,
getting his car keys.
I live here.
He's leaving his own house.
That's what makes the joke.
He's driving to the airport.
right.
He's buying a ticket and flying out.
Fantastic.
Just
This
a
is sort of
reminder.
putting me
Fast
where I
plane.
want things.
Fuck.
Felix, you get an urgent report from from Slim Shady. The enemy is here. And that's where we're going to end this one.
Saw that coming.
Brutal.
Yeah, because this is how I do. Like, I kind of felt like this is where I needed it to get to. And that was the perfect result that I didn't know I needed.
I'm flabbergasted.
Like, oh, we've got plenty of time.
Flabbergasted
Don't worry
isn't here.
about it. Yeah.
How, though? Like, how? How can I be this unlucky in one night?
You know,
Probability.
I mean,
Because
I've used 4 different D20s.
that still sucks.
but see, it's the same thing that when you go to the casino and you switch slot machines.
Switch machines.
You should never switch slot machines.
I don't know
always
what
shame
you're
my
talking
dice.
about, by the way. You got the second best result on a die. If you can't get a 20, get a 1. Those directions are where the plot is. Everything
That's
else
very
in
true,
between
actually.
is fuzzy.
I mean, yeah, I've even used ones in previous sessions too to like just drive things forward just in a more spectacular fashion.
Yes. And that may be what happens here. But you'll have to find that out next week.
Amazing.
Until then, though, we can be found on the internet.
That's right.
We're in such places as Reddit/r/Hapless Heroes Podcast. We're on Facebook, Hapless Heroes Podcast, and we are on both Twitter and Instagram at Hapless Heroes. All those places will take you to the crown jewel of our internet presence, our Discord server, where you can meet, hang out with, talk trash with, or exchange memes with, or cat pictures, or dog pictures, or any of your thoughts about the podcast, because God forbid our community actually be about the podcast or anything like that. But all those things and more are available in this Discord server where you can interact with us on a daily basis. Now, if you really like us, though, you can interact with us by leaving us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. And at this point, we are on every podcast service you could possibly access us on.
Actually, and I have a review that somebody shared with us a little while ago, and I didn't I didn't get notified about it until a couple days ago. But this one actually comes from Beaconator on iTunes. The headline is "My favorite podcast ever."
Wow. That means a lot.
Currently on my 3rd playthrough of this podcast.
Are you serious?
What?
That's like once a year at this point.
Good.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Wow.
The campaign is awesome, the characters are great, and the players are hilarious. I recommend this podcast to anyone looking for a great actual play D&D podcast, and I'm constantly leaving listen to Hapless Heroes notes on all the whiteboards I come across at school.
Yeah,
That is
Keep
awesome.
up the great work, fellas. Hey, Beaconator, we love you.
5 stars.
Thank you.
You're doing great work.
You are a 5-star human.
And he's
Yes,
writing
you
these on whiteboards
That is crazy.
everywhere.
I know.
That's awesome.
That is glorious.
Every time I have a Baconator, I'm going to think of you.
But it's Beaconator, like B-E-E-K.
Well, I understand that.
Oh, that's why.
I want no beak in my bacon.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like Beacon.
Yeah, the beacon.
Like beacon.
Well, maybe it's
Beaconator.
turkey bacon.
I thought it was like baconators made out of beaker.
Okay.
Like beaker,
God,
like
that's
beaker and beaker.
awful. I
has
love it.
Bunch of honeydew.
Jesus Christ.
All right. We're just going to focus this one back into a laser point. We're going to turn that laser towards what happens if you really, really like us.
Yeah, and that's donating to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/haplessheroes. We got great rewards. We have awesome, fun things to give you, special Discord roles, and a super secret channel. We got bloopers, behind-the-scenes audio, James's notebook, just submitting story arcs to the show, which we played through in the last one before Dave took over. Like, just so many amazing things.
For $80, I'll make you a pair of pants.
Damn.
That's not bad. That's not a bad
That's really
price
not a
at
bad
all.
offer.
Yeah, I know. Like
One
bespoke
size.
pants for $80 is a good
Send me
deal.
your size. I'll make the pants. $80. $80 bucks.
80 ducks.
80 ducks. For 80 ducks?
Send him 80 ducks.
For 80 ducks, I will make each duck a pair of pants and send them back to you.
So many ducks.
They're going to
many
look great. The duck cut.
They'll look very posh, very charming. You can bring them to a wedding. They dress up fine. They clean up real nice.
All 80
Best legal
ducks.
footnotes to know this constitutes a binding offer.
And if you like us, right now you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal, go to dentistry school and get your DDS and become a dentist. And when someone comes in for cosmetic dental surgery, carve their teeth into the letters HAPLESS, HEROES. Hapless on the top, heroes on the bottom. Make sure that you do it so they can read it in the mirror. So you're doing this backwards to the outside world, and you're just doing this for this person to have a happy little reminder every time they look into a mirror to listen to Hapless Heroes podcast.
Quite the grill.
Yeah.
Very good.
Totally
It's,
not a reminder of the malpractice suit they will inevitably be wearing.
No, it's worth it. It's worth it.
A real
Shush.
party grill.
Shush, Dave.
You know, one of them RPGs.
Jesus.
Oh god.
I can't respond to that, so I'm just gonna outro from my left as Pear to Lincoln Woods. We have Zach.
Where do we go from here?
To his left.
No, I was thinking it would be slower, like.
Okay, nice rhythm to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a prime in between each snap?
To his left, we have Lord Jarrell the Light, played by John.
Until next time.
To his left, we have the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom, brought to you by Francesco.
Alarm! Alarm!
To his left, as Lord and Captain Gwyn Southwind.
Can't
Mike.
save people without making them look nice.
And to his left, as Hedrick the Entertainer, we have Phil.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go. Leave your belongings, leave your things, grab your children, grab your pets, let's go.
And my name is Dave, and I have been your wayward host and dungeon master this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye now.
So long.
Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.